Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Dumb Game Talk Show. My name is Casper. On my right is Knox Vegas. Below him is Clumsy Zombie. Next to Clumsy Zombie is our resident mobster, Tyler. Above Tyler is our Stormtrooper pilot. Right above pilot is all of us. You can catch all of us on Twitch as well. Twitch location. Feel free to. We're going to start the discussion off today with the topic of Rust. Our likes and dislikes about the game. Clumsy.
They're doing a lot of performance increases. A lot of the one thing I don't like currently right now is the eating and drinking. Eating and drinking goes by way too fast now. There's a lot of performance changes they're doing. We can thank the developer Alex for the eating and drinking and the performance changes. They're also fixing a lot of the footstep sounds and the flamethrowers. Flamethrowers are pretty fun. I actually like to set people on fire. So that's one of those things. Yeah, if you guys want, we'll set you on fire. Come on.
Wow. It'll always be a fun time setting shit on
Oh, I
fire.
know. Set people on fire and
Glorified
eat all the
pyromaniacs.
human meat you want to.
Yeah, actually, I did that last night, man. I had a guy rob me, so I chopped him up and actually got to be a cannibal for a night. It was actually pretty fun. I mean,
I
Yeah.
could burn down the guy's house that's living next to me and eat him. It's always a good time.
Yeah, but he killed you, so that you had grounds to do
well,
that.
hey, man, it's a game. That's a game style. I mean, he came in, he robbed me in my sleep, he left me as a naked black man running around the game. So, I mean, I found him, I killed him, I took my stuff back, and then I ate him.
Hey, it's free food.
I
You didn't
ate
have to
'em.
hunt too hard.
I mean, I think I even shared with Tyler. I think Tyler got a little bit.
Yeah, I
that.
took some. That was some delicious meat you had.
Yeah, it was-
It was better than that deer.
That's just nasty.
So many
Was it-
things to say to that.
Was it female or male meat?
It was male.
It-
It
was
was
Oh,
male.
okay.
I mean,
You didn't get to taste the glorious cooters and cooters.
No.
no, I'll save that one for real life. That's
Oh,
my real
okay.
life appetite there.
So I guess some of the new stuff that's coming in, they're actually making a water pump currently. You'll be able to pump water. I guess they're going to put a well in. You'll be able to do wells. They haven't really told us much about it yet, except for there's a water pump coming. But then they've also said there's electrical grid coming. They've also said there's turbines coming, there's batteries coming, there's generators coming, there's all this stuff coming, but we haven't seen it. We've just seen renderings. So hopefully those things come along. I think the water pump should have been there first before they decided to change the drinking and food ratio. That's
Mhm.
one thing that I think should have been
Yeah.
done. Because, I mean, you found yourself drinking and eating all the time now.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just
I mean,
need to go. You just need to go down to a pond or something like that. Fill up your little leather pouch, and just sit there and start drinking and drinking and drinking, and
Yep,
get
you
your
gotta watch out.
food and everything up.
You have to watch out, man. You could be drinking salt water, man. You gotta watch that.
Yeah. Do you notice the other cool thing about that water pump too? It's not going to be fuel related. It's actually going to be manual labor. Like you actually
Yes,
have to
which
sit there and
is
do
nice.
something with
Yes.
this, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Which would be cool, and then that gives us the whole aspect ratio of the tubs in the houses.
Mhm.
Fill up your small bucket to take it to your big bucket and set it there. And God, I wish they would fix the freaking rain. That they said 2 or 3 devlogs back that the rain was fixed. Well, it still rains in the houses. I don't think that would be a hard thing to fix. Is to stop the rain in the houses.
No, I
And-
just thought it was because of my leaky roof. It was raining in the house.
Nope. You can have a solid steel roof and it still rains in the house. So, yep, no leakiness there. It still does that. And all I have to say is the Bears, man. The Bears.
Yeah.
Was
Bears are OP.
Oh, dude, they're OP as hell. And now now the wolves are actually as fast as the bears now.
Oh, really?
Jesus.
Yes.
Dang.
And I was watching a streamer last night. Gonna leave him nameless for now. He was. I actually saw a bear look like it had a rocket attached to its butt shoot across the screen. That's how fast it was running after him. And I was
Yeah.
like, that is insane. Yeah, they definitely need to. Definitely need to really consider changing the aspect and the way the bears work.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were playing last night, and me and Big Shot were going up to Todd's house, and like this bear starts chasing me. I turn around, this thing's following me. I'm like, oh god, oh god! And the Big Shot's like, get on the porch, get on the porch. And like he gets on the porch, he shoots this thing like 10 times, and like, dude, that's so hard to kill. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, if you don't have any resources and you start getting attacked by bears, you're SOL. You might as well just
I
lay
have
dead
nothing.
anyways.
That was my plan.
Well, and now they've started. For some reason, ever since this last update, the bears have started going underneath the floors now too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I was.
really?
So
Oh, no.
yeah,
I thought they
yep.
fixed that.
Nope,
No.
it's not been fixed. So if you're sleeping on your ground floor, you might as well just choke it up. You're gonna be dead when you come back in. You need to you need to fall asleep on your second floor.
Oh yeah, I was
Dang.
sitting there trying to get like I forgot something out of one of my chests to put in my furnace to smelt something, and next thing you know, I was dead. I was like, what just happened? I mean, and I had the stone foundation. I had starting to do sheet metal entry and all that. I'm like, how the hell did the bear spawned underneath my house?
Wow.
Yep.
That's kind of messed up.
It's
Wonder if
Those
there's a way where we
working
could
as
like
intended.
find out where they spawn in and then like build like an area around them. Well, never mind, they'll be able to get out. So because they can climb like straight up cliffs.
yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say we need
that's
to like
one thing
trap
I
them
hate
in
about
and
that
then like
is straight
kill
up
them,
cliff.
but can't do that. No point.
Yeah,
They-
the 90-degree cliff. Somehow they end up getting all the way up it. And you're
That's what
like,
I find.
And
what
and
the
fast
hell?
too. And fast too. It's fucking ridiculous. Like they just shoot up this cliff, and it's like you're trying to like get your little bow and arrow and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch!" And boom, it's just up the cliff and gone. And it's just like
They don't even climb it. They just like teleport.
Yeah, they
Well-
teleport up that
Yeah,
cliff.
pretty
I mean,
much.
if you remember right, the very first versions of Rust had zombies in them, right?
Mhm.
The very first versions of Rust had zombies. They took the zombies out and put the animals in the place. So that's all they did. They just changed the zombies to animals. So I think they really need to work on the concepts of the animal, and really get it down. And they're doing that. The last dev update, they were redoing the horse and the bear, basically the detail of them. But I don't know that they've changed the mechanics of them. And I think they need to start turning around and start focusing on the mechanics of them. Before we get too deep, I'll just keep on going here. They're actually changing the way the shorelines work and stuff, so you're going to actually see the water splash up on the shoreline. It's not going to be any more of this just, you're walking across land, but it sounds like water. No more of that soon.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
and then they're also coming up, and God, I don't know where you're going to find this at, but I mean, I guess you can. Sheet metal armor
Cardboard armor too.
and
Cardboard
Yeah.
armor, yeah.
What
Yep.
That's
the
awesome.
hell?
I can build
fucking
myself
awesome.
a cardboard box
What the
now.
hell
I'll be
is that
happy.
gonna stop? If they're gonna put cardboard over here, they might as well put cardboard houses.
Dude,
Oh, I'd
that's
definitely
do
that's totally going to be my next outfit when playing. It's cardboard. Yes.
Yeah, have you actually gone to the devlog and looked at it? They actually have 3 outfits that you can choose from, right?
Look at the middle one.
Yes.
That middle one
the
is
middle
like baller. You don't even need pants on that one.
Baller.
No,
Like
you don't.
why do you even need pants? You don't even need pants on any of these. You're
No.
just you're set.
And look at the last one. Look at number 3. Look at his AKA so-called boots. I mean,
Yeah.
they look just
They're like,
look like shoe boxes attached
that
to his
is
foot.
awesome. That is just awesome.
It is pretty cool, yeah.
I wonder what people
Um,
say if I actually wore that outside. Oh, I'm being a character in a game.
But I like the
cosplay.
I do like the steel one too. I like the steel ones because the middle one he's got like a boiling pan or like a frying pan like on his fucking head for like
Yeah,
you know
it's
the
like-
the
oh,
top
the hell
part.
it is!
That's
It
kinda
is
cool.
a pan. It's
If-
hot.
If you look at it,
God
it's like the
damn.
Roman Empire meets the kitchen. I'm being dead serious. I mean, it's like the Roman Empire invaded my kitchen, stole my cooking pot, and is now making new helmets.
I mean, some of the armor on those guys, like I wonder if that armor is actually going to be effective towards the very OP bears. I wonder if it's still 2 swipes and you're dead, or if it's going to be something different. I don't know.
You just
I
go
would hope so.
lay down in a ball and just let him just hit you because there's
Just
nothing
let
to
them
do
whoop
to you.
you.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
I feel like
Especially
bears are still
if you're
gonna
doing
kill
a full steel armor like that, I would hope that a bear doesn't come in 2 swipes and kill you. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
It took me a full AK clip to kill one last night. I was like, this is
I mean,
retarded.
it
Really?
still
Full
could.
AK
It still
clip?
could because they're just so OP. But
Yeah.
I would assume I mean, once they actually get it, kind of finally up and running right and everything like that, then hopefully this stuff will actually be pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, and the one thing we really got to focus on, this is still alpha. They're this far and it's only alpha. So, I mean, they're doing a hell of a lot more updates than SES.
That's
I think
true.
a
Well,
lot of
I
mean-
companies are putting up more updates.
The thing
God.
is like you just said. I mean, it's alpha, but it's an early release, so you kind of have to expect to get updated every 2 or 3 days or something like that, or at least once a week.
And
Yeah.
these guys are doing it. I mean, Rust, the
Right.
developers, they're actually updating. They're constantly adding something new. They're listening to the community, trying to, other than the OP bears, but everything else, they are listening to the community, trying to make the game better. And
Yeah.
just in the short time I've been playing Rust, I think the game has come a long ways. It is getting better. Hey, look, we can see Pilot's face.
I prefer the Stormtrooper helmet.
Well, and the other thing that you got to
He's probably
focus on.
suffocating.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
I
got to be
was,
hot in
yeah.
there. The other thing you got to focus on too is that yes, this is alpha, and yes, we will get updates a lot, but a lot of the stuff they're fixing is very, very minimal. I mean, they're bringing a lot of good stuff in, and they're bringing it in fast. Like one of the problems that they had when they released the water barrels, it actually blocked your building. You couldn't build around a water barrel, and now the next update, they've already got that fixed. They have a Reddit page. They're on Reddit constantly. They're on Reddit constantly looking at what people are posting. So I mean, you really got to consider, that they're listening to the community, and if there's anything that anybody at all wants changed, the damn bears, post it on Reddit, and they're listening there. I think the biggest thing that's going to happen soon, and the rumor on the street currently right now, is next week, no more blueprint farming. Next week, it's going to be an XP base for blueprints. You're going to be able to buy blueprints with experience points. So I don't know if they haven't released any more details. I don't know if it's going to require a complete wipe yet, or if they're just going to take one out, put one in. I'm not
My
sure
question
yet.
is, do they even have an XP system like in the game right now?
No, they're
Like,
it's actually going to be
we
in
have
there.
the hunt mod that's in there that gives you the XP and everything, and you use that to kind of upgrade things. But so they don't have an XP thing in there already.
Not yet.
Not currently right
Okay.
now, no. So I don't know if the update's going to require a wipe or not. Because the rumor on the street is in May we're probably going to have to do 2 wipes. That's the rumor on the street. One for this, and then one for the normal dev wipe where they change the database. And that's the thing, they really don't have to do wipes except for the database changes. The database is an internal database to the game. So they control the database, so they don't even give it able to be put onto an external database server. So they do that. Another thing they're working on right now, when you set something on fire, it really doesn't look like it's on fire. It's just like burning in the middle of the screen. The ignition system, they're completely changing that. Every texture is going to have a burning texture on it. So when a wall's burning, you're going to see the texture of the wall burning. When you set somebody's forge on fire, you'll be able to see that. You set somebody's house on fire, the whole house, it's going to show the whole texture of the house. So a lot of that stuff's coming, and I've noticed a huge performance increase between the last update and this one. So in all, I'm pretty satisfied right now. I think they really need to focus on trying to get the damn bears fixed.
And the two-legged horseman.
Two-legged horse, really?
Two-legged
Yeah,
horse.
it's, oh, they always walk on two legs. It's fucked up, man.
So
I haven't seen this yet.
I was gonna say I don't think I've
And-
seen it either.
they're also going to be
So-
bringing a lot more female clothing in. So the
saw that.
females will have their own clothing, line, I guess. Next,
No
they'll be
more
running-
random tatas. Damn.
Yeah, no more random
Right.
tatas or no more random cooters and hooters. So it
Damn.
It's
wouldn't
gonna piss
surprise
off
me.
the 18-year-old closet.
Oh,
dwellers.
I know. I mean, it,
Sorry, I live in my basement and I'm gonna go play Rust because it's cheaper.
next somebody be making a Gap in here. I'm sure they'll have a Gap and a whole entire mall in here focusing on women's clothes because we all know what happens. You know, they all like to go shopping. So
Arch
Yeah.
knows all about that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Arch's.
Well, I learned from Casper because Casper was like, I got to take my day to go look beautiful and everything. So I'm surprised his random luck in the game.
So basically,
Well, we've heard all the positive sides.
Yeah.
This is the downfall to the game, and this is kind of where Token
here we
douchebag gets to
go.
come in here. I don't mind the game. No. Here, I'm gonna be serious here for a second. I don't mind the game at all, and I really think that it's nice that they're coming out with it. And I love the whole, open platform that they're doing in the series of games that are going on. This is the big downfall to it. And if anybody who's ever played Ark Survival, this is exactly the same thing, minus the dinosaurs and with shit flying in the air, basically trying to kill you. The same things that they're bringing into the game have been in Ark for months. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, are you stealing the idea or are you coming up with it on your own because it's going to improve the game system? So kind of like, because it's not out right now, you don't know how it's going to drastically improve or fuck it up.
Mm.
But in the same token, if you've played Ark, you kind of know, well, hey, if I got a water pump, that means I can move things further away from the water. I don't have to worry about it. The whole, the eating and system in there, it's basically the same damn thing. Now, because I've played Ark, I know what the XP system is like to be involved in this kind of a game. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, to see how does it really change Rust in general, or is it just basically going to be the same damn thing going down, a month from now? The plus side to them updating it as often as they do is the fact that you're getting content that's new, and you know that when you buy the game that it's an early release. You're looking at basically the pre-alpha stage of a game. And they're they stay in touch with their player base, so that's really cool that you get that. The downfall is when you get that server wipe, because how many of us have literally played a game, built something, and then all of a sudden you get it the next day and you're like, shit, where did it all go? That's time that's invested. But
Yes.
again, it's early access, so you kind of you kind of know that beforehand. That's why I tend to stay away from early access games, because I do spend a lot of time in them, and I'll you start building a house or a building or whatever for your group of friends, and then it's gone. Well, shit, that just took me 3 days to build, or I spent a week with it.
Well, see,
That's just my 2 cents.
in
Yeah,
Rust, it's not so
basically
much
a
the house
resource
building.
throwaway.
It's not so much the house building in Rust as more as the blueprint farming and all that. You finally get these decent blueprints where you get decent things to do or tools to use, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I'm back to like a wood hatchet that gets me like 2 wood. So, and you're muted again, Knox, just so you know.
no,
I wasn't
no.
saying anything.
So, I just figured you know.
Yeah, I mean I'm with you on that. I don't like the fact that they do certain wipes. I think if they move to more of a external database setup for people, that you wouldn't have to do wipes. You just update the database. But I think they're trying to keep everything, since it's alpha, really closed niche, But as far as I don't know very much about what I would like to add to the game right now. I mean, I'm really satisfied with it right now.
I mean,
I mean, does anybody else
I've been
wanna
enjoying
comment?
Yeah, I'm enjoying. The only thing to me is just fix DOP bears, and I think the game is on a good track to where it's going.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yes.
We need
Yeah, I mean,
farming.
like I said, I mean,
Farming, yep.
it's a harsh comparison for what I did, but it's still too early in the game to notice. I mean, if they continue on the track they're going, it's going to be a great game. I can see it's got a lot of potential. It's got a lot of potential for growth too in the same thing. So as we sit here and we watch it grow, Where, what direction are the developers really going to take it? Are they going to take it and they're going to run with it and they're going to continue listening to their player feedback, or are they going to drop the ball? And only time will tell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they may get to a point where they just start doing what they want to do and not listening to the player base anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, right now everything's good. They're listening and they're allowing people to put their input in. So, definitely a plus. So, if you have any input, you need to go over to the Rust Reddit and make sure that you put it in there. So I think they'll definitely listen to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're good developers and they've been working very hard in their game. But that's also like, I mean, speaking of developers, I mean, we've had our topic discussions on SCS and in the way they can be. One of the most recent things SCS has put out actually has to do with another game that a lot of us play is Rocket League and the Euro Truck Simulator 2 and the combination effect of that. We talked about lug nut covers with SCS and ATS our last podcast. Well, now with ETS, they give us a little car and a little ball. And I don't know. I'm kind of starting to worry about SCS and some of their updates that they bring out. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Rocket League itself, that game alone is an excellent game. It's a cross-platform game, which brings and it's a very fast-paced game. But it's something with SCS and these updates, and I can't place my finger on it yet.
So my number one thing with that is, why is SCS and ETS talking to each other? Is there something else going on the back end? I mean, there's something else there that, this spawns something, something else is going on there between those two. I didn't think they were the same company, but I mean, they may have developer friends. I don't know.
What, with ETS?
Yeah, I mean,
well, it's the
that's
same
what I'm
company.
saying.
SCS is ETS. I mean, it's just
No. I'm saying with Rocket League.
with Rocket
that's
League.
What I'm saying. Yeah. What's the thing with SCS and Rocket League?
I think. Well, I don't think it's the same company. I think Rocket League's a little bit outside SCS's even. I don't think they could do that. Yeah, it's the cross-platform thing. I think is just outside their boundaries.
Are they
just
running
like
out of stuff to add?
SCS put in stuff like from other games too, so they probably give them a commission off the sales price to put their stuff in there, like a trademark.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. There's tons of different like flags, like antenna flags that you can have from like all kinds of different games, like Warframe Worms. ETS2 now has like a little truck in there. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that's Rocket League just kind of has like its game, and then it's got like all these like kick-ass like add-ons that you can add, like flags, hats, and just all kinds of stuff. It's just all random stuff though.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this past update with Rocket League, they really added a few new toppers and new hoops mode and all that kind of stuff. So it's, I mean, when they push out an update, they push out an update that like makes the game that much more fun. So hopefully they'll come out with some kind of like cool like football Rocket League map or something like that. That would be kind of neat. So
yeah,
so
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying. And speaking of the Rocket League update, I mean, what I know Knox of all people has probably already played the basketball update. What's your position on that?
I love it. It's hard as hell. It seems like there's more gravity, to the ball. Like the ball's just a little bit heavier in the normal map. This map is like small as shit. Like you play in this one, there's a lot of boost. It can be a big aerial game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you have to kind of learn your ups real quick, but but other than that, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's a new game type. Like I was getting not necessarily burn out on the other ones because whether you play this game because you are a freaking pro at it, or if you play this game because you're complete shit at it, it makes no difference. It's so much fun. You could be pissed off at the game one minute, super happy the next. Like you always leave with some kind of high or a downer. I mean, you're either losing all the time or you're winning all the time, and it's just fun. And this map kind of brings that aspect into it as well. So I mean, it's enjoyable map. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm losing all the time, so yeah.
So
don't worry about it. I lose too.
Does it have basketball goals that you actually have to shoot the ball into the basketball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like kind of like a miniaturized, and I'll post a link to the kind of the patch notes in the Twitch chat. But essentially, the hoops are a little bit lower, so your car can actually drive into the hoop, and you can actually kind of like essentially like taking your hand through the hoop and like kind of knocking the ball out. You can essentially do that with your car. You drive into the hoop and you kind of boost up to knock the ball out of the net. But I mean, the hoops are a little bit lower, so and the outsides are kind of different. So like all the cars can drive through the hoop, but when the ball touches that like colored spectrum on the front of the hoop, kind of coming down, then the
hologram.
ball will essentially just kind of roll up. Yeah, the hologram. It'll just roll
Okay.
up kind of into the net or off to the side or something. So
Hold on.
I guess I need to get in there then. I need to get in there and play.
it's
Trust
fun.
me, man, I
It is a
haven't-
lot of damn fun.
What
I
did they
haven't
add
played
for
it yet.
Goat Simulator?
Goat Simulator?
They
I
had
think it
this-
was an antenna. I think it was an antenna, and then I almost want to say I'm not sure if they added like a hat. Like they've got these
Okay.
hats that sit
Mhm.
on the top of your cars. I don't know if they added like a goat, for your hat or something. I could
Maybe
be
it's-
completely wrong, but I think it's an antenna for sure.
Maybe a goat on a tennis stick, yeah.
Yeah.
That look pretty good.
So answer me this: the car that you get in ETS, that's a Rocket League car. Does it actually move around on the
No.
dash when you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. See,
No, I
that
think
would
it's
be cool.
stationary.
That would be cool if it rolled around with the physics of the game.
Now
That
the
would be cool,
weird,
yeah.
the weird Star Wars looking like battleship thing or whatever that you get that's like hanging. That's actually the ball that you play with inside of Rocket League.
Really?
So and
Okay.
I've
Death
seen a
Star
lot of people
2.0?
go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I see a lot of people go. Why is the Death Star in a Rocket League / ETS2 update? I'm like, it's not. It's the Rocket League ball. If you played Rocket League, you would know just by looking at it. You go,
Yeah.
oh, that's the Rocket League ball. But most people, I guess, are just like, what the hell is that? The Death Star 3.0? I mean, it makes no sense. So
If
it's
anyone
just kind of
watches,
funny.
if anyone really watches Star Wars, they would know that's not the Death Star or Death Planet or whatever they have the
Exactly.
second one or
Exactly.
first.
That's no moon.
But yeah, they also added, I guess, a whole bunch of NBA team flags. They've added some new country flags and stuff too. They've got a couple community flags. Just kind of looking at the list. And then from as far as the video game stuff goes, they added the ETS2 rig, two things from Goat Simulator, an antenna, and then a G2. I have no idea what a Goat Simulator G2 is. I would assume maybe a hat. I don't know. I have no idea. They added another portal thing, Witcher medallion, and then two worms items, which one's like a worms topper,
Mhm.
or actually three it looks like. So a worms WMD, probably just like a generic flag with their logo, and then a grenade, which is actually a pretty kick-ass little grenade antenna, I think. And then they added like a little worms WMD toppers for your car as well. So they just add in all kinds of different things from games and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
Go ahead, Pilot.
No, I was gonna say. I think one of the reasons they're doing that is because they're I mean, look at Rocket League. I mean, everybody fucking plays Rocket League,
Mhm.
and the thing is, I think that they're doing that to kind of promote the brand, because they're going up to these developers and like, hey, let's put this DLC stuff in, dashboard DLC, and the Europeans, they all play Rocket League, and so I guess they're just trying to just kind of. SCS isn't as big as the developers of Rocket League, so it makes sense. I mean, if you go into like Rocket League, like I don't know what other games they use for DLC for like the dashboard, but I mean, it makes sense. It's a good marketing strategy. So
Has ETS2 incorporated any other game like they have with Rocket League?
Not
Or like
that I would-
dashboard or anything?
Yeah,
Not that I've
I've seen
seen.
lots of stuff in
No.
the workshop, but not officially.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
I think-
that's why I was asking.
I think this could be the first steps, like for them kind of moving into this kind of, idea or sense where, they work with other game developers, like completely different, but just other game developers, maybe to kind of share ideas, maybe on developing and, what their processes are and stuff like that. And then, out of the deal, hey, we'll take some of your, most popular items, put them in our game as, ornaments or whatever that you can put inside your truck, stuff like that. And then these other companies are like, well, maybe we'll incorporate some of your things in our game, kind of like the whole thing between ETS2 and Rocket League. So I don't know if maybe this is a new thing for ETS2, But I mean, it definitely hasn't been a new thing for Rocket League. They've been doing it for a while now. So
You know, speaking of everybody playing, when Knox is streaming this, I encourage everybody to go watch Knox. He is
Oh, yes.
hilarious.
Oh yeah,
It's like he is like watching a Super Bowl football game. His favorite team's winning, and then when he gets down, I'm waiting for the keyboard to get tossed up in the air and busted on the
Dude,
on the desk. He gets that
I am not
excited.
gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. I've broke 2 fucking Xbox 360 controllers playing this game. 2.
oh, I bet.
I broke
I mean,
one.
I
haven't played
literally,
that much.
I literally will take this thing and twist it in half because I get so pissed. And that's just out of one fucking game, just one game. I get so mad. But then the next game, after I replace the controller, I run out to Best Buy, come back and plug it in and start playing again. And then the next like 10 games I win, I'm super happy. I'm like, yeah, I can get off now. I mean, it's just that quick. That shit can change.
I bet you can, sir. I bet you can.
Yeah.
So 2 losses, $40 Xbox controller, and then
Yeah.
you get a good high.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, come on now.
There
How,
you
how many times have we sat there in
Actually,
TeamSpeak?
That's a pretty cheap date, actually.
Yes. How many times have we sat in TeamSpeak and that's all you hear is a bashing of the buttons? It's not a keyboard. it's the Xbox controller. And you look up
Yep.
and there's Knox. He's in your room. You're like,
Yep.
ah, he's playing Rocket League.
Well,
Yep.
and I'm just waiting for the Xbox controller just to hear it go. Oh God, don't squeeze me anymore.
Yeah,
right. You know, I mean, he's literally like
down.
bam,
This is so
bam,
bad.
bam. I mean, it's literally like this, hitting the buttons, and it's just hilarious.
I mean, it's like, you know, can you not hear that?
Even
Yeah,
louder
we
than
can.
that.
Yeah, you can hear
Loud.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, it's
buddy,
like
you
yeah,
sound
but
louder
that's
than that.
but that's when I'm hardcore. You know, that's when I'm in the game. I'm playing.
But
I
when
got
are
the
you
feeling,
not
the
hardcore
juice
when
flowing.
you're playing?
I don't
Even
know.
Always
Last
hardcore.
night,
competitive.
like okay, like last night,
competitive.
Knox is sitting there playing, right, and he's playing hoops, and he knocks the ball in for the other team, and all of a sudden you hear him start to rage, and it's like, is he gonna blow? And like when you're watching his stream, that's what you're waiting for. There's only one person comparable to you to any other game I've played, and ironically, it was Rocket League, and it was Pilot. He does the same shit. Whenever he's playing, he's like, grrr, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, Hulk smashing 5, 4, 3,
and then
2,
it doesn't happen.
boom,
I'm just all
and
like,
it's just like, you let
I'm
me down.
like sitting there waiting. And I'm like, come on, smash it, yeah, smash it. Oh.
So
Right, it's like you're looking forward to it, and then it doesn't happen. But then I played the game the first time myself, and it was just like, okay, this isn't going to cause me to nerd rage. Nox has just got a really, really sensitive trigger. And then I was playing it, and then like 5 minutes into it, I'm just like, I don't know you anymore. I just don't know you anymore. I got up because I was so mad and like raged up and shit. And then I was like, my inner nerd rage is screaming. And I go stand in my bathroom. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, who the hell are you? Get back in there and beat his ass.
well, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong though. I mean, Nox and Rocket League has actually made Nox bleed.
Jesus Christ!
Like he's split his fingers open on
Yeah,
the Xbox controller.
I've played so hard, like gripping the damn controller so hard, I've actually cut my hand open. So,
my
but
God.
that was on one of the broken controllers. So
he goes
I mean,
to
it
play
makes
Rocket
sense.
League, grabs a box of Band-Aids and the controller, and he plays.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty
man!
much.
You can never
bit of rubbing
have
alcohol?
you can never have an emergency first aid kit not by your computer. You never know when some shit like that's gonna happen.
God.
I mean,
Hey,
you
I
never
thought
know
that
when
was
you're gonna get
Computer
cut.
101.
Dead serious. Any real gaming nerd will tell you
Uh-huh.
that if you don't have an emergency kit next to your desk, you're really not nerdy enough for this shit. Get out of the, quit trying to play in the big leagues.
Yep.
I
You
think
should-
coffee
That's
maker,
funny.
fridge, and first aid is the must around
Hey,
the
look at
computer.
I just added 2 monitors and a monitor set. My next thing is a mini fridge, if the girlfriend allows me.
Oh,
I
just
want
just
so
do it.
bad.
Just do it. Just hide it in the desk
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh,
It's the best thing in
Yeah,
the world.
you're right. Just do it. Yeah.
That's gonna
Oh.
be the next desk
do
I
it.
build is gonna have a like a panel that's enclosed, and the mini fridge is gonna just sit in there.
No,
Won't
I'm gonna
even
make
know
one
it's
with
there.
a little slide out drawer.
Next, you'll
Dude,
be
there's-
adding a urinal. You'll be adding a urinal and
No.
a toilet.
Before
I don't need
Yeah.
that. I just got a pee bag. I just got a pee bag.
God. There's one step before the
Space
urinal.
bag.
There's still one more step.
And throw it out.
Before
Yeah,
get-
just toss it out. Just
you
like,
get the
"Oh."
mini fridge, and the next step's a kegerator. You got to get the kegerator first.
Oh yes,
Oh,
definitely.
Kegerator's first.
yeah.
Definitely.
So
I agree.
I'm actually curious with our resident dickhead on his thoughts of Rocket League being probably the newest guy playing it.
I honestly like it. Like I looked into it, and
Yep.
no, it's really odd that you're ever gonna hear me say that I like a game on the first try. I honestly didn't know that much about it. I had been
That's a
so
one.
spaced off playing other games,
Damn it.
but I was watching Nox stream it one day, and it was just like, I'll pick it up if I get around to it.
Mhm.
I don't want to get into another gaming series because I've got all these other alphas and shit that I'm doing, and I'll mention those games later on down the road. But like I had really been distanced, but Steam put it on for the free weekend last weekend, and I thought, what the hell, why not? And I played for a little bit, and I was just bouncing the ball around. I'm like, okay, well, I guess this can be a little bit fun. I got Pilot to play with me, and needless to say, hours of fucking entertainment. And it was just the fact that we were losing, but the entertainment value was there, listening to everybody else rage.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like, no, I didn't do it. But to be completely honest, I'm sitting there calm and collected, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've got bacon, I've got coffee, and I'm gonna just troll the shit out of people.
Yeah,
But as I kept playing and playing and playing, it got funner, and
It's addicting.
I mean, it is. It's really addicting, and so now it's like every night before I go to bed, I'm like, well, I'm tired as fuck, but there's Rocket League, so I got to play at least one
Yeah,
round. And
there's
one round
Rocket
turns
League.
into two.
Dude, I'm
Yep.
not. I just
Where the
looked
hell did I
over.
put my controller?
I have
My
three of
controller's
these.
somewhere.
I have 3 of these sitting on my desk. This
Yeah.
is the only one that works. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, man, like you never like. I know consoles
I
are
got
like
the old
for
one.
losers,
You
but
guys got the new
when it
ones,
comes
man,
when it
come
comes
on.
to like playing on a PC game with a controller, there's nothing like it because you can
Oh, there's not,
sit
man.
back in your chair and you can do this and just relax and play and have fun, and it's enjoyable until you
But
get
see,
your ass
the
kicked
thing
and
is-
then you fucking rage.
But and the thing is we can all sit back and relax, and we're all doing that. But see, that's what Casper does on a daily basis.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, see, I was.
Until his
Yeah,
chair
watch
breaks
watch
and then
him,
he just
watch him.
eats it.
He's gonna
Yeah,
I
I
will
mean,
too.
that's what we should
He's
do.
gonna
Like,
watch it.
like one of these days. Well, like one of the days of this week, either tonight or tomorrow, because I think his new chair is supposed to come in on Monday. We need to play Rocket League. We're gonna see him stream it, so that way while he sits back, we're gonna wait for him to nerd rage. Like all of us are gonna. The over under right now is at
I did
10
that. I did
minutes.
that my last
Do I hear
stream.
10 minutes?
I did that
And we're
my
gonna
last
wait
stream.
for that chair to snap because he starts to nerd rage so hard, and he's all like Hulk smash, and the chair breaks, and we're just gonna sit there and laugh at it. I mean, like I said, hours of entertainment in the game.
Yeah, you should have seen me and you guys should see me and Arch last freaking weekend. Oh my god, I was nerd raging like crazy, dude. I could not win a fucking game to save my life, and like every time they hit that damn ball, like I would try and turn around and like hit it the other way because I had to get behind it. By the time I get behind it, someone's already hit it. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to play this game?
Well,
You know,
I'm
you
You have
just-
to have lots
yeah,
of boost.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh god,
I'm pretty
I was
impressed with the
freaking.
game, man. I honestly thought I would completely hate the game. I really did. I thought I would hate the game. And then Nox is like, set your lazy ass down, buy the fucking game, and then turn around and play it. And I got in it and I was just like, this is stupid. Oh, this is fun. This is getting funner. It
Yeah,
just
but
kept
at
get- it
first-
just kept getting fun.
At first, that was the same thing I had. Like, it was just like, this game is stupid. Really, do I want to play this? Am I going to drive around in a little RC car and try to knock a ball around? And then I thought, my kid's got a remote control car. I'm sure I got a little ball around somewhere. I could probably just do this sitting in my living room. And when I played it, it's like, are we done yet so I can go play again?
What I enjoy is
I do
the other
want to.
people rage in the voice on there. They just go crazy on there
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
They just start screaming into it, and it's just like you're getting to them, so you just do anything you can to destroy their car or keep
Just
bumping
keep bumping
them
them
because it just drives them nuts.
No, because I think it was with you where we were playing where one hit kill. That was a really good
Oh
time.
yeah, that was like a custom game. I didn't even know that you could play custom games in Rocket League till we all got together and started playing and stuff. But that was a blast. Like we changed the ball physics and like
Oh,
the
that
weight and the gravity and everything, and it was like a one hit explosion. So even if you hit your teammate by accident, they blew up like they were dead.
That was
So
awesome.
that was pretty
That
sweet.
was awesome.
That
That
was
and
pretty
the
fun.
anti-gravity, that sucked. That was like
I think
I got up in the I can't jump as it is. Now I'm up in the air and I'm just like doing loop, 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 loop. I'm like, oh my god. was like, oh, there goes the
What
ball.
I think we need to do sometime this weekend is we need to do a 3-on-3 match, get everybody there. But here's the deal. This is the ground rules for the game. Nobody is allowed to take anything personal. What happens in Rocket League stays in Rocket League.
Well, this is another thing for our game community to actually get
I can
involved
do it.
with. If we actually
Sure.
have 3 or 4 people on a team, and actually have a competition of like a, I don't know what you call it, soccer cup or whatever, then
Yeah, it's something
give
to
out
do.
some shit.
Soccer cup.
Fun.
Soccer cup.
I don't know. What's the trophy for soccer?
What do they call soccer in Canada?
And actually,
It's actually soccer.
Hockey.
yeah,
I know.
Oh, we got hockey too.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah, I mean, we could even do
Okay.
in the Knox Vegas group, we could even do our own little competition, have our own little chart and everything.
Yep.
Make
That'd be cool.
teams.
Yep.
I think
That'd be
it'd
cool.
kinda
You know who's gonna win this tournament though, right?
Big Shot.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Big Shot's
It's either gonna be
man.
Big
He's
Shot or
really
it's gonna
good.
be real. It's either gonna be Big Shot or real.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the two, because
Yeah.
they're both like pro, and then I'll just be last because I'll be raging so fucking hard.
Speaking of raging, SES again, and I wanted to bring this up. The new blog on Arizona, another one where we're
Oh boy.
we're kind of looking at this blog, and here's my take on this. It's SCS has finally figured out what City Skylines, SimCity, and all these other city building things have figured out years ago. Hey, look, we can actually make a curve on an intersection. We can raise the height and stuff. We can change colors, but guess what? We have no idea when you're going to get this.
Pretty
Well, I
much.
mean, at least they're giving us the Grand Canyon. I mean, come on.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've seen
it looks
pictures.
like the Grand
I
Canyon,
mean-
it looks
I
good.
mean, honestly, if I wanted to see pictures, I'll just pull up Google and search National Geographic and search Grand Canyon. But I mean, I kind of want.
Yeah.
I want to drive.
I know. My biggest, and just like I was telling you before the stream started, my biggest thing is, they said it's going to go into, go to the beta testers, right? Let your community be the beta testers. Let us tell you
Yeah.
what's wrong with it. Give
Hang on
us
just
something.
a second. This is the thing that SCS did, and this is where they really led into just that was, if you looked at the Lugnut update, that's what they did. They threw it to the community and they said, this is the beta build, give us your feedback. They didn't get any though. So they did, but they didn't get enough quality feedback, and that's the big thing. And then they released it and they're like, here, throw me your money, which is what kind of what I was, was my big rant last week. The thing is, I've driven these damn roads as a truck driver so many times. I mean, hundreds of thousands of miles across Arizona. I know what the damn state looks like. Half the people in the United States know what Arizona looks like. It's dirt. You're going to get to the
Sand
city,
flat.
and then it's dirt.
And an
It's
occasional
dirt,
cactus.
And anybody who is, up to current events knows that they just shut down I-10, I think it was last week, because of a dust storm. I mean, are you going to implement that into the game? Is that what's going to take you, another 5 months to do it? Or coming soon, TM, to a screen near you, another picture?
A dust storm would take them a year to figure out how to make
Well,
that.
I mean,
Yes.
this is the other thing, if you're gonna do and you're gonna spend the time on the Grand Canyon, you need to put in Hoover Dam. You need to put in these other monuments that people want to go see inside the game. If you're gonna do one, you need to do them all. And if you're gonna do all this, you need to get Route 66 in there. You need to get all these known things in there that the United States is known for. But I mean, it doesn't need to take so long. I mean, just like you said, Arch, it's dirt. How long does it actually freaking take to populate pixels of dirt the size of Arizona?
Well, my big thing is my
I
big
mean-
thing is whenever you're driving and stuff, you're just driving by these monuments and shit. Why not have like the Grand Canyon and then have like a few buildings or something like that are something that you deliver to? That's like because I remember going to the Grand Canyon and there was like a store and a few other places up there that was owned and run by the the government and all that stuff. And they had spots where trucks could make deliveries right there next to the Grand Canyon. Why not do that? I mean, unless if they have and we just don't know because it's been forever since they've released anything. But
announcements, they actually have photos of a drop-off location of a road that's being built. Near the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's
but
the
see, that's the thing
bypass.
though. They have roads everywhere that looks like you're gonna get to go somewhere, and then when you get the game, it's blocked off. Like it doesn't
Yep.
go anywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unless if that's something they plan on adding, 3 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of like
let me.
making it like it's a construction site and then like it's
Yeah.
coming soon kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a couple areas that me and Tyler went into, and we could drive into those areas as long as we ramped our truck over the over the thing
Yeah.
you got down there. And I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying where we did it at or why we did it, but we did it, and you could just sit there and drive, and it was an open road. I mean, it was a complete road. I mean, you could literally go down it, and it took you straight back into town. I mean,
So they do have at least one delivery spot right next to the Grand Canyon. It is
One.
at a construction site.
Yeah, just a place that's a hole in the road, like every other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what gets me
Cookie
about
cutter.
that picture too is if you look at the picture and you blow it up, look at the background of it. I mean, it looks like they just put a picture behind it. It's not
the
even,
Grand Canyon?
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
graphics wise, the way they are so big on their graphics, and that's why it takes them so long to put this stuff out. That graphic sucks. I mean, that
Yep.
graphic right there is shit.
But
Yeah.
Well,
the thing that's go ahead, Pilot, because I know you've been trying to get in.
Well, let me just say this, and here's one of the reasons that this whole Arizona debacle is a debacle. Let me read you a little excerpt from this blog. I'm not going to read the whole blog, and it's kind of like what you guys were saying earlier. For Arizona, we tried to make the combination of road types very clearly separated, with country roads and city roads crossing the joining freeways. Then they're talking about curbs. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about curbs. Okay, this is
Them
what people
curves
care
sexy
about.
though.
SCS said a month and a half ago, Arizona's coming soon. Where is Arizona? How far along are you? They're really not saying. They keep saying, like, oh, we're going to go internal beta testing in a few weeks. But how long is that really going to take? I mean,
Is that 4
this is not
weeks?
rocket science. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, this is just getting ridiculous. And a lot of people, I think, are starting to get bored of ATS. It's it's
Oh, yeah.
I'm
California
already
Truck
burnt out.
Simulator.
I'm already burnt out.
Dude,
I'm
there's a
not gonna
lot of
fucking
people
lie.
that just-
Even
yeah.
multiplayer is boring as shit for me right now because I can't play it because there's just nothing new. It's
Well,
it's
it's
the
either-
same
it's
stuff
full of
day in,
trolls
day out.
or,
Yeah, exactly.
it's full of trolls that are driving the
But that-
wrong
but-
way down the road, or
But
it's the same
multiplayer's
content.
yeah, I mean multiplayer is gonna be a whole nother
The
topic
only-
because
the-
that's just
The only
Right. I
thing
mean,
That's a
keeping
whole
this-
we
different
don't want to
thing.
go too far off here, but
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
is it's just like when you look at communities that are building themselves around, ATS, you look at them and you're like, these are the requirements that you're going to stay active in the community. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. But here's the
It's
downfall.
hard.
And I think that even KBT is kind of slacked on, not slacked, but given slack for like those requirements to join the communities that are based around a game. It's like, originally you're like, you have to do one run a week. And that's how you're going to stay active in the community and everything else. One thing I've noticed is I haven't filed anything in 2 fucking weeks because the game itself, it's just like, yeah, I'll go and I'll play it and I'll play it with Pilot or, whoever else is awake when I do my stream in the mornings. But that's just it because it's just there for the entertainment value of what next stupid shit are we going to do? But as far as actually playing the game, it's gone to the point, like I said last week, it's drawing itself to the point where it's just dead. I mean, you can only look at the same thing. You can only look at pictures so much. Yes, okay, well, we're working on this. It took us 2 years to make California and Arizona. By that standard, why in the hell did you release the game in the first place if you knew it was
Right.
going to take you another 2 years to do 2 more states? This game
Yep.
came
And the
out way too early, and all
Yep.
you're doing is justifying what everybody else is thinking, which is basically what I'm saying. You're just releasing it too soon. Now, what are you going to do to keep my attention at this point? Are you going to continue going? Are you going to continue giving me more pictures to
Wheel
look at and
covers.
say, oh,
They're
well,
gonna
this is
release
great.
wheel
Is it pretty?
Will covers
And I
at
would, and I
$5.
would
Yeah.
say that.
New
That's the
stacks.
thing. Give
New
me
stacks.
$5 more, and I'm going to give you some wheel covers. Well, that's fine. How about for $9, you give me a reach around and some smoke that comes out of my exhaust? That's the thing. But that's
That's
just it. That's all they're doing is it's okay. This is what we're going to give you. These are the pictures we're going to give you. We're going to tell you that it's going to go in. We're going to have you guys thinking that it's going to come soon. But now we're going to give you an excuse. It took us 2 years to make 2 states. Okay. It took you 2 years to get ETS2 to what it is now, right? Ballparking around there? Or was it 2? It's 2 or 4. My mind is still on this.
I
Why
think
the
it
hell
was
am I
about
awake this early on
3
Saturday?
years.
Right? Okay. So 3 years. to build half of Europe, or pretty much more than half of Europe as far as the road game.
Hold on.
Why in the hell couldn't you be doing this?
But with that being said, you look at like ETS, Pro Mods, how quickly were they building Europe? Look at I was streaming the other night, and I was streaming Coast to Coast mod. Manchard pops in my chat, and we're talking, and the dude has basically built America for us. And the same time, it's taken SCS to put one state into beta release. And the guy and this is one guy, no one else. He's doing this all by himself, and he's a student. Come on.
Well, see, and and then you go back to SCS, and they come back with, well, we're a small group. Okay, I'm sorry, but you sold
Hire more people.
You sold how many copies? Go to Steam statistics and see how many they've sold. At $19 a pop, really, you can't hire 10 more developers?
Hold on.
To do this?
Again, Coast to Coast is one guy.
Why don't you hire the guy that did Coast to Coast?
One guy.
Student.
Why don't you hire pro mods and get them to do it?
Yeah,
contract hire pro
contract
mods
these
to finish
people
the
out.
rest of ETS2, and then just put your whole team on ATS, and
But that
and
would
then
make
hire
a
the dude doing
logical
coast to coast.
sense.
I know. I know it would. Thank you.
See,
I
they're
mean,
too on their high horse
They
right
can
now to actually
contract.
do
They
that.
can
Yeah.
contract all this stuff
They are.
out. I mean,
Yep.
yes, yes, you'll get into a contracting thing, but have them do the work. Submit it to you guys and say, okay, yeah, this is good. Let's put it in. Or no, this needs work. Or this sucks. Give us something. Steam library, yes, Steam library is cool, but I mean, come on, give us map content. I love I've watched Coast to Coast, but Coast to Coast is one road. I mean, it's
No, they've
gonna take-
updated
No, it's
now.
not.
Oh, they
have you
have?
seen Coast to
Okay.
Well,
Coast?
no,
Oh yeah,
it's,
not
it's
yet,
everywhere.
but
it's
It goes
updated.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's like it's ETS is what it is. You got the small cities, and it's basically a blank road. But I still can now have an hour and a half, 2 hours of time to play in one load, which is what you look
Yeah.
for in a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, that's what everybody has been
Yeah.
looking for in a game like this. I mean, like if you go and you look and you actually ask people, and this is coming from my own stream, if I sit there and I was to pull every person who watches me play ATS in the mornings, and I say, what is the one thing you bought this game for? What are you looking for? It's, I want to sit at my desk. I want to drive for an hour, and I want to know what it's going to feel like to drive all the way across this country.
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, great, but you're going to be waiting another at least 2 years at this point because we don't know what the next excuse is going to be. And I think everybody here is going to agree with me. We're sitting at a point where we love the game, we love what the potential is,
That's
we
how we
know
all
what they're
came together.
capable of doing, and even these guys have said, since the 18 Wheels of Steel series started, there's so many things that have changed. Okay, if you're going to put a game out, stay with the content, stay with the time, be able to push it out, but don't give us something that should have never been released in this at this point because everybody else is feeling the same.
I hear.
I just don't want. I want either a map. The next update needs to be a map for sure, or a truck. That's the thing. Those are the two things I want. The fact that if they're coming out with wheel covers, I'll be honest, I gave two shits about it. I paid for it because I wanted to see it and be cool about it. But at some point, it's like, quit giving me BS and give me what we want.
Yep, gotta do more.
It's like they're filling a void.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
You know,
that's completely for sure.
Do they really need $2.99 for wheel covers? It doesn't
I
look like
hear
it took that much to put those together.
Yep. And we can sit here all day with SCS, and SCS is definitely going to be part of our podcast on a regular basis. But one thing, I'm going to switch it over for the last, because we got about 8 minutes left of the podcast. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to do a little KVT update on what's coming for the KVT community. As part of the podcast, we do have our CEO, Knox. He is the Chief Executive Officer. You got our Chief Operating Officer, Clumsy. You got our Chief Marketing Officer, Pilot. And you got the Head of Safety, Tyler, which, yeah, we'll just leave that one there.
Yeah, let's just keep that.
But anyways, no.
He's not
One-
very safe.
One of the things we're going to bring
We
into
are all fired because of our actions.
one of the things we're going to bring into every one of these streams is we're going to give a little KVT update for the KVT community, as that is how we all came together and is our primary community. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it over to any of our chief officers on anything new coming up with KVT and what our community can look forward to coming to them.
Well, I guess the one of the biggest things is we are working on version 2.0 of the KBTnet system, which is the system that we use to put in all your loads and deliveries and everything like that. So we are kind of working on that. It's a little bit slower of a process right now because we are literally going free from scratch. Trying to add in all these components and stuff like that. That we previously had, and then also kind of I guess integrate them in with a kind of a new look and feel. So I mean, and then on top of that, trying to reintegrate it, with the forums, which that wasn't a big issue. That's actually already been done. So I mean, it's just trying to think of like the new, better ways to give you guys the opportunities to submit loads, job types, and all of that stuff. Um, so I mean, that's one big thing. A couple other things. We've switched, website hosting. That was a huge thing, getting moved off of the host that we had before because it was causing so many issues with the website not loading, speeds, everything like that. So we got moved off there onto a new one. That's been going pretty good. And then, I guess that's pretty much about it. Our application status has been ridiculous, like always. It's ridiculous in a good way, because we've been getting 2 and 3. I think we've had 12 applicate no
We had
eight
quite a few
six,
lately.
six, 16 or 18 applicants over the past like 2 days. So I mean
Nice.
that's pretty
Nice.
good compared to getting like one a day or something. So
All right.
that's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Uh,
So, but
Yeah,
I'll let the other ones take over and see if they've got anything.
okay. We'll go ahead and move right over to Clumsy, the Chief Operating Officer.
So, really, applications, just like Knox said, is going. Usually, we're doing. I go in there and get them approved, or my favorite thing, deny. Usually, there's something that needs to be changed.
We need a segment
Um,
just for that.
Usually, we go in there, we look at it, we make sure that you don't have any bans on truckers and P or anything else. Once that process is done, then we also have the 500-man team speak that typically in the evening averages between 20 and 30 people at night. So I think our next biggest thing is I think we need to get a convoy together. We were going to do a convoy a while
Yeah.
back, but the multiplayer was down because of all the updates. So I think this next this next week or weekend, I think we really need to get a company convoy together, get everybody in, and do some driving.
Okay.
I think that's our biggest thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's Pilot, our Chief Marketing Officer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, let's just hit on what you said earlier about the numbers. I mean, we're still getting a lot of applications, which is awesome. That's great. And we also, the other thing is that we don't play just ATS like we were saying earlier. But there's so many different games that we play on here, and we've talked about 2 or 3 of them at least today. And that's one of the big things as well, is because like when we talk about how ATS is starting to get a little boring. Yeah, it's one of those things that I think keeps people around, and you'll see new people on here all the time. I saw a couple new people in here yesterday just talking, so that's a good sign. And we're still growing. I think we're still one of the bigger virtual trucking companies out there. And yeah.
All right. And Tyler, you got anything left for the safety?
Everyone really covered it. It's just, it's nice to see that there are new people in, and everyone is actually getting along. We're more of a gaming community now, which is nice.
Whoa.
Somebody's angry.
Somebody's died.
I'm sorry for those dogs.
No,
Microphone
but if you ever
muted.
want to see anybody crash and tell you how to, correct it, Tyler and Clumsy
Don't
seem to
do
be
it,
going.
don't do
Um,
it.
No, I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to like start a thread like who is your best wreck and can you get a video of it for me, because I tell you in
You're gonna start
KBT there is nobody who can wreck better, and I
Microphone
used to say this was
activated.
Pilot, but Pilot, I'm sorry, you took over for Tyler,
Oh no.
who taught me how to wreck better than anybody in the
Microphone
world.
muted.
But if you guys haven't watched, there's a highlight on Casper's stream that shows you just how well Clumsy cannot drive.
Oh, dude.
And it was just like
God.
I think
middle
we
of
should pull that
nowhere,
up
left
right
turn
now.
into a wall. And I mean, even Pilot would have probably gave that wreck a 10.
It, w-
But
it was
no,
it was a good 15, 20 minutes of this, if I'm not mistaken,
Dude,
right?
okay.
It was.
I
We should
just got
definitely
my, okay. I
show
just
that.
got my wheel. I just
Microphone
now got my
activated.
wheel, guys. I'm trying to figure it all out, okay? And
Well,
it was
you know
just
what?
like, it
I'll,
was
ma-
just
I'll
like
make
It
sure
this.
that
takes
video
time.
gets up. So we'll
It
definitely
takes
do that.
time.
All right. Well, on behalf of Dumb Gaming Show, we'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and hanging out with us. Make sure you click a follow for us on Twitch. Stop by our YouTube. We got the website too, Dumb Gaming Show, dumbgamingtalkshow.com. It's also the same on YouTube. Until the next time, we'll be back on next Saturday, same time. And next Saturday will be our first official podcast. We'll be done with the testing and all, and I'm sure we'll still fuck up at some point. But hey, it is what it is. With that being said, we're gonna have a few game giveaways for our first official podcast. We'll have Tyler has brung us a Steam key for Rust, a Steam key for Rocket League, and I'll be throwing a Steam key in for the wonderful ATS by SCS. I'm sure that will be fun if you don't already have it. But until next time, we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us.